It was very clearly a lockdown situation. The Gospel of John tells us that the doors were locked. They cooped themselves up in the upper room. The Lord has just risen, but they were under lockdown in pretty much the same way as we are over the past 2 years because of fear. We feared the pandemic. The disciples feared the Jews who had murdered their Lord and Master. In this lockdown situation, the King of Divine Mercy thought it proper and deemed it best to go and count and console the fearful disciples. Jesus came. And Jesus came with a gift, not a wish. Peace I give you, peace I leave with you. And He said, peace be with you. This is not a wish, this is a gift. This is a statement of fact. For some reason, Thomas was not on lockdown. John does not tell us where Thomas was, but he was not in the upper room. When the Lord first showed Himself to the fearful disciples, Thomas wasn't present. The disciples had an experience. That experience brought them peace. And that was the reason why Thomas didn't run away like Judas did. This is the reason why Thomas persisted and not cut out. This is the reason why Thomas remained, because he saw the disciples were at peace. When was the last time you ran away from the Lord? When we run away from the Lord, it is not because the Lord is not present. It is because we are not at peace. And no matter how you say it, it is not experience really that counts, and I'm saying this as a pastoral counselor. It is not the experience that counts. It is your interpretation of that experience. The disciples who were gathered in the upper room for fear of the Jews had an experience, and you cannot take that away from them. They had an experience of a gift of peace and presence of the risen Lord. And even if they were fearful, even if they were afraid, they were at peace in their fear. The disciples feared. That was clear from the gospel. Thomas doubted. That is even clearer. The disciples got peace. Thomas remained in doubt because he was not part of the first experience, but he remained. And 1 week after that first vision, that first revelation from the risen Lord, Thomas was there. And you know what the disciples told him? They didn't tell him, we have touched the wounds. We put our finger on His side. That wasn't what they said. They just simply said, Vidimus Dominum. We have seen the Lord. Now that makes a big difference. You ask any 2 children who were in the same excursion, and they will tell you different experiences, like as if they went to different places. It is the interpretation of the experience that counts, not the experience itself. They could have gone to that long ago that is no longer used as a beach, Aroma Beach Resort, somewhere in Parañaque, in Manila Bay. Now it's very dirty. It's no longer a resort because it's all full of oil and dirt and everything else, the trash of Metro Manila. You could send 2 children to an experience and one will tell you, we had a nice time. And the other will tell you, ang sungit ng aming kasamang teacher. Two children who went for the same experience, and what the one spoke about the beautiful experience, a nice time, and the other criticized the teacher who was masungit, mahigpit, and everything else. The disciples feared, Thomas doubted, but Thomas in his doubt saw the peace of the disciples, the joy, the serenity. Despite the fear, they got peace. Thomas persisted in doubt, but remained with the 12, with the 11, and he made the right decision. What do I make of all this? Today is Divine Mercy Sunday. What is your experience of the Lord? The Lord is what? Mahigpit na rabbi? Making demands? The Lord is a demanding God? But that's not what the experience of the 11 told them. They were at peace. And so they didn't talk about the wounds. They didn't talk about the side of the Lord. They just said, we have seen the Lord. And for Thomas, that was enough. And when the moment of the experience of Thomas came, the Lord told him, can you please take your fingers and put it on my side? Touch my wounds. And Thomas never said, yes, I have been waiting for this opportunity to see for myself your wounds and prove to myself that you are alive. Thomas never asked any of these things. He just said, my Lord and my God. And what a beautiful prayer. Why? Because he was already at peace. He needed no proofs. He needed not to touch anymore. He didn't follow the Lord when the Lord told him, put your fingers here and your hand here. His response was a response to somebody who has seen the mercy of God, the overflowing ocean of mercy. My Lord and my God. Thomas did not need to see, feel, and touch. He saw mercy incarnate. And our prayer, sometimes we say, my Lord, yes, because you have other gods. So many of our fellow Filipinos now don't attend masses. They just attend the online mass in Quiapo or in Pius XII. But they go to the malls. They claim their Lord as their Lord, but they have other gods. Some people said, my God, they believe in God, but they have other masters. They are fanatically attaching themselves to one person whom they think will save the future of this country. Thomas's prayer was not my Lord, period. Thomas's prayer was my Lord and my God. This is a comprehensive prayer of faith and hope and trust in a merciful God. Lord, if you say my Lord, yes, but God was absent in my life. You have only a Lord that's half a God. God is absent, peace may be absent, and yet you proclaim your faith in your Master. And some people say, my God, when they are afraid, oh God, oh my God, but they have no Lord. God who is distant, God whom we fear, God whom we don't treat as Master. He is a God that remains in the sacristy. He is not God that is found in the marketplace. There is no Lord in the marketplace. There is no Lord in the malls. There is no Lord in the internet. Everything is no holds barred. You can call everybody names, call them Tabogo, Bobo, Gago, or everything. And yet you pray to a God who is distant, who has nothing to do with your lives, nothing to do with the internet, nothing to do with the market, nothing to do with the stock exchange, nothing to do with politics, nothing to do with your Lord, who is your fanatic Lord, gambling Lord and feudal lords and political lords. The prayer of Thomas was a prayer as much of hope and trust and faith in God who is Lord of history, but a God who is never distant, a God who is present, my Lord and my God. He didn't need to touch the wounds. Why? Thomas said, God is my enough. God is my all. God is everything for me now, despite the fear, despite the worries, despite the uncertainty, despite so many obstacles that lead us away from the Lord. Today, Divine Mercy Sunday, I'd like you to bring home a piece of heaven. And that piece of heaven has to do with that faith and trust in a God who is present. God is not an absent presence. He is there with you in your pain. He is there with you in your fear. He is there with you even if you doubt. And our model for this morning today is no less than a disciple by the name of Thomas. Not the doubter anymore, but Thomas the believer. And his prayer of faith and hope and trust in a merciful God and Lord is exactly how he puts it, my Lord and my God.